Okay, great. We will start with identifying the key officers, and in this case, we'll start with Johnny.
You're on mute.
I was actually not muted, and then I muted myself. Sorry about that. Good morning, everyone. I'm Johnny Bryant, and I'm in charge of community services for BTN. We are currently aligned with Mercy House, and we line up community service projects so the members of BTN can give back to the community. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is our training foreman, Ben.
Okay, if you don't mind pausing, that would be super helpful.
Okay. Okay. I'm the foreman and the foreman for July, because August, Kristen takes over. So as a foreman, I help run the meeting. Thank you, everybody. We'll move.
What about me?
Okay, we'll go on.
Membership.
Oh my God, the main guy, our main guy, the guy who helps with everything, Kevin. All right.
I'm one half of the membership form. Joanne, the other half, is not here today. As a membership foreman, we vet potential new members that want to join our group, and we make sure that they have the proper qualifications and everything to be a qualified member of BTN.
Right. You'll soon find out why I said Kevin is the main person when we go through our. Okay, so with that, what does BTN mean to me? So let's pick Marcus.
Well, what does BTN mean to me? It means teamwork. We all help each other, especially during the hardest of times. I mean, I just had a call from AJ to help him out with some of his issues. I had to stay on the phone with AFLAC, but thankfully it wasn't a long DMV call because that's not who we are at AFLAC. Basically, I just helped clarify things for him, and that's what we do here at BTN. We make sure that anything that we do for each other is done at 100%. And that's basically what we are and who we are.
Thank you. Thank you, Marcus. Okay. Ben, do you want to take the training moment?
Oh, sure. I think I'm mentally getting a bit crossed up with the member commercial versus the leadership team. That's okay. So, well, I'll do my quick plug for the training foreperson. You know, I basically try and provide on a weekly basis some tips on how we can all improve our businesses, that sort of thing. So that's kind of what I do as a training foreman.
Right, but it's time for your training moment.
So yeah, this week I apologize yet again. Really haven't had the time to basically outline that series from Harvard's iLab on entrepreneurship and creating a business. So I do apologize. I don't have that available for today.
Okay.
But hopefully I should have that for next week.
Okay. Sounds good. So
we'll Mark, our visitor foreman, Mark, he just joined in and stepped out. Now he's
So anyway, we'll move on to commercials. We'll give him a chance during pass the bucket time. So we'll move on to member commercial. With that, we'll go to Kevin.
All right, let's start our member commercial with our members first. Let's go with AJ.
Hi, my name is AJ Amjad Khan. My industry is fire and water damage restoration. I'm going to be the speaker today, so I'm not going to take too much time. We essentially look for referrals with other fellow restoration contractors because we can reduce their risk and increase their profit. Thank you.
Next, we're going to have, let's go with Rick.
Good morning, BTN. Rick, the rescue roofer here. You know what I do, and welcome our new guest, by the way. It's a great group to be in. I am your guy that sticks the hole in the leak in the roof. So if you have any problems, give me a call. I'll be the guy with his finger in the dike to keep that water out until you pay me to fix it right. So any roofing issues, 31 years in Mission Viejo, we have the answers for you. We have the repairs you need to take care of that stain on the ceiling. So just give me a call when you have that roofing problem. Thank you very much. Welcome all newbies. Welcome.
All right, next we'll have Kristen.
Everyone, Kristen Flores from Flow Engineering. We offer concrete services as well as construction program management services. This is a big week for us because as of Sunday, we finally received our beautiful little C8 license number. So we can now bid on larger state civil projects ourselves. So it just took about a year, but I'm going to get a hold of the CSLB one day and they'll hear what I have to say. But I'm also working on connecting with the Los Angeles City's Housing Innovation Team. That's specifically Mayor Garcetti's team, to really talk to them about ADU, and would love to get involved with them and then bring everyone else in. So that's what I'm working on.
Thank you, Kristen.
All right. Next we'll have Marcus.
Good morning, BTN. Thank you for not putting me after Rick. It's kind of intimidating. I represent Aflac. You've seen the commercials with that cute little duck on TV, but let me clarify and tell you what we're not. We're not health insurance. Most people get that misconception from what they hear and they see on TV. What we are is we're supplemental insurance. That means that we'll pay you cash directly in case of an accident or an illness, depending on the policy that you have. My ask for this week is send me those individuals that are interested in knowing more about that accident policy that everybody always calls me about. I've received a couple of calls based on their need to have some kind of coverage in case they get hurt. Because health insurance, what they do is they charge you. At Aflac, what we do is we charge you, but then we pay you in case of a policy that it has to be basically claimed on. But we are not in the process of also finding ways to not pay you. We find the best ways to pay you. And again, my name is Marcus and I represent Aflac.
Thank you, Marcus.
All right, next we'll have Benjamin.
I kind of already did mine out of order, so that's
Okay.
move on to
Let's
next.
go with Tom.
What Tom?
Oh, no end.
Yeah, my name is Tom Nguyen. I specialize in the solar system. I would refer, for me, it would be the homeowner who want a custom design solar. I can put solar on the rooftop, on the backyard patio, on the barbecue island, or on the swimming pool island. And call me anytime. I have a free coffee, free Starbucks coffee.
All right, next, the other Tom, Gertzen.
Good morning, BTN. Tom Gerson, Reflections Video Productions. I am here for another week before moving to Texas. I can help you guys out from Texas. I just can't film you any longer, but we edit something for you. So we'll see how that works out for us. My job is to make your story come alive and show people what you do and why you love it and why people want to work with you. Again, Tom Reflections Video Productions, love to help you out, make your business grow. I beat that time clock.
Darn.
Kevin didn't have a chance to even go for it.
Right.
No. Let's have Johnny.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Johnny Bryant with ASL Electric and Plumbing. We provide high quality subcontracting services in Orange County for your electric and plumbing needs. This week, I'd love an introduction to a general contractor. If anyone knows a residential general contractor around Orange County looking for some help, I'd love an introduction. You guys have a great week. Thank you.
All right, next we'll have Mark Anderson.
Mark Anderson, Anderson's Floors, Kitchens, and Baths. I have a 2-story showroom right there in Camino Capistrano, right next to O'Shea's Brewery if you're looking for a beer. So what I do is all the nice finished products, carpet, all the different vinyl floorings, wood flooring, tile flooring, cabinets, countertops. We design and install. And so a good referral for me is also a GC because they need somebody to do all the finished product, or a realtor. So somebody buying the house wants to remodel their kitchen, somebody selling the house, we could come in and put some cheap carpet or something to spiff the house up to sell it. So Anderson's Floors, Kitchens, and Baths, you dream it, we build it.
All right. It's my turn. I'm Kevin Walheim, owner of Cal Commercial Insurance. I'm your contractor's insurance specialist. I teach and educate the construction trades, plumbers, painters, electricians, general contractors, builders of all types. how to understand and get the best quality policies at the best price possible. I've been doing this for over 12 years. And what I have found is there are two bad apples. There are bad companies and bad brokers who sell pathetic companies that basically do not cover you. Example, some of these carriers out there, I call them cheap, fast, easy, no substance, like McDonald's. They have and no substance, no coverage either. But a lot of these brokers who want to sell contractors insurance because they make good money but don't want to learn it, they'll go to these carriers and with no underwriting needed, sell a policy. But because it's cheap, it has no underwriting. It has built-in exclusions. For example, one carrier has built-in water damage exclusion, but they'll allow you to write a plumber on there. And there are many examples like that in some of these carriers that a lot of brokers write because it's cheap, fast, and easy. My approach is the exact opposite. I teach and educate my clients how to understand their policies, policy exclusions, clauses, so they know they're getting the best coverage at the best price. Education is power, so you know what you're doing and getting. I'm Kevin Walheim, your contractors insurance specialist, and remember, contractors can't make money without me. And now we have our two guests. Let's go first with Lindsay.
Hi, everybody. My name is Lindsay Fredrickson. I'm here representing Orange Coast Home Loans. As I said before, I work with Paul Javahari. He's my stepdad, so we are kind of like a father-daughter team. We do residential mortgages. A good referral for me is a realtor or homeowners, obviously. But yeah, I'm just excited to be here and meet all of you. And I look forward to getting to know all of you. Thank you.
All right. Great. Next, we're going to have our other guest, Jack.
Hi, everyone. Jack, John Steiskell with the law offices of Kinley and Steiskell. I work with my father and my sister, and we like to say we're a family firm and we'll treat you like family. We specialize in business and probate. I heard special needs trusts being put out there. I have done a number of special needs trusts. So if you guys need that, I do your estate planning. But what I'm here mainly today to talk about is business law. Getting those stop notice, mechanics liens filed, making sure you guys are getting paid because, I mean, that's what we're doing this for, right? And I try to do it in a way that's not getting my own pockets lined with gold because, I like to joke with my wife saying I'm in the business of putting myself out of business because we actually care about our clients. We're not going to gouge you. We're not going to ticky-tacky you. We're going to get the job done. So if you guys know of anybody, any contractors, people like you all who need our services, we're here for you. So please refer me, Jack Steiskell at the offices of Kinley and Steiskell.
All right. That is everyone. So I turn it over back to
Joanna.
Joanna just came.
Oh, Joanna just joined. Okay, Joanna, you're next for your commercial.
Good morning. Excuse me. Good morning. I am the late Joanna Barker, owner of Inspirations Interior Design. We are a concierge design firm. We don't do all things for all people. We do some very good things for some very distinct people. Our clients live by design, not by default. And we are always looking for someone who is wanting to start a project, doesn't know where to start, doesn't know who to talk to. Do we talk to a contractor? Do we talk to, the paint guy? What do we do? That is a great referral for me because I will create a plan for them and then we can put that in motion. Although it's highly likely based on the activity of all the contractors that no projects will be starting before 2022 because everybody's booked. And that's part of what I do too. I tell my clients straight out how it's going to be so they can deal with facts and we can remove a lot of the anxiety involved with remodeling. Please remember Inspirations Interior Design, the cure for the common home.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. Johnny, do you have any updates for the community service?
Yes, I sure do. Finally, I've got a meeting coming up with the Mercy House Housing Director and their maintenance leadership team. So hopefully we'll get some more traction on another serve day opportunity. And and really moreover, a system where we can do this a little more regularly. So good stuff coming in the future.
Okay.
And the golf tournament's coming up. Yes. We one of the two big fundraising events each year is a big golf tournament we have in Orange County. Raises a lot of money to help homeless people. So I'll give you guys a little bit of information on that. I don't really want to try and extract donations from this group. It's for how BTN is related to Mercy House is more of an opportunity to share our services and time. And I never want to come to you guys and say, hey, can you donate this or that to a cause?
Mhm.
But I do want to let you know, in case it's near and dear to you and you do want to support it, and maybe you like to play golf. It's a fun tournament, and I'll probably email each of you the packet, but please don't feel any obligation. But if interested in helping, I'll be glad to make that connection. Last year, Joanna donated a couple of pieces of artwork that went to the silent auction. I think they might have been something extra for her, but it went to a good cause. She raised some money, and in some small way, Joanna helped to make the world a better place. So an opportunity to do that for you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Johnny, do send it to the other chapter as well.
Oh, great idea. I will.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks.
Guys, my next obligation and pleasure is to invite you all to click on the link that I posted in the chat. I'll post it one more time. And just if you have, it's a very, very simple page, and it allows us to track the activity. What doesn't get measured doesn't get done, right? So we just need to track any referrals and anything that there's about 2 or 3 categories of it, coffee breaks or anything, as you collaborate and help build each other's business. Please use the link. It was designed by our genius, Benjamin Morgan, who's truly a genius because he can simplify things. That is an art of a genius. Okay, with that, it's my turn to discuss what I do for my business. And so I will go to I'll be the speaker, and I will share my screen. Can you please let me know if you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I thought I'd explain, we, in the previous lecture that previous time I've spoken about the fact that there's a huge opportunity in what is considered fire and water damage restoration. Almost everybody I have spoken to casually have said they've had a water damage and they've had experience with the disruption it causes in their life, the insurance policy that they negotiate with, the contractors that come in and replace their floors and kitchen cabinets if it's affected the kitchen, if it's affected the bathroom. So there's so many things that happen. So everybody has a pretty broad idea of what is a fire and water damage restoration. We at Exclusively Content have chosen to specialize. So we call ourselves the content restoration company. We're specifically handling personal property. So I've kind of put together a simple flow and a description of what we do as a business. Because for us, we feel our best clients are other fire and water damage restoration. We carry the same credentials, we carry the same licenses, but we choose not to do the same work that they are already doing. So we have decided to stand apart from the entire group of contractors, and we collaborate with them. So we have several industry group. One of the main industry group is called the RIA, the Restoration Industry Association, and they have defined a content company as 6 things. We handle personal property. We also handle commercial property. We can do a lot of work on site. We've had situations where there was a lawsuit, and the lawyer's office has stored a lot of critical documents for a lawsuit, and then fire sprinkler went off, destroyed most of the document, and we had to work all night, several nights, and save those documents. So we can work on site for those kind of situations. We primarily move the personal property, furniture, the way we describe personal property is if you could overturn your house, if you just make it upside down, the things that would fall out, the things that are not attached, those are the personal property. So we store personal property in our own facility. We have, many of you have visited our office. We have approximately 20,000 square feet of warehouse space. Our entire office is only 600 square feet. So over 19,400 square feet is dedicated to storing personal property. And we have them all barcoded, tagged. They're all high resolution photographed, and they're available to the homeowner through the cloud on their phone or on the laptop anytime they want. Everything is identified through a high resolution photograph process that we use. So we store personal property content in our facility. It says here, you may have deodorization chambers. Well, what is deodorization? Well, essentially, imagine you have a desire to open a restaurant, and a realtor shows you an empty restaurant place, and then you walk in and you say, this is great, I'll start my restaurant here. But then you start to get a weird smell of in the restaurant, and you realize, oh, it was a Thai food restaurant before. I need to get rid of that smell. So a deodorizing chamber is when we can remove property and then separate the smell from the fabrics, from the material, from the furniture. So we have on-site deodorizing capability, but we also have dedicated sealed deodorizing chambers in our company. We have drying rooms. We have ultrasonic cleaners. Ultrasonic is, guess what that would be? Ultra sound. So we use sound. Now, how does sound help you clean things? Well, when sound is pushed through any kind of liquid, it creates these incredible bubbles. The bubbles are in some that you can see, some that are so tiny you can't even see. But these bubbles have the ability to attach itself to dirt that might be buried. For example, a wedding ring. Many times we've shown people that they can drop their wedding ring in our ultrasonic tank, and they thought the wedding ring was, they had just taken a shower, they washed their wedding ring all the time, and then they find out the water starts to get black, and they say, oh my God, there was so much dirt buried in it. So ultrasonic cleaner is used in where you need the ultimate cleaning, and we are specialists in ultrasonic cleaning. So this is kind of the stuff we do. We also do very specialty work. Many of it we handle in-house as our business has grown, but we also have a network of specialized people who do other work. For example, we know good art restorers that can restore art, oil paintings, watercolors. We know people who can do collectibles. We know people who can handle antiques. We can do valuation. So we're primarily a company that serves other restoration companies by providing them specialized services. Here's another reason why a restoration company might want to use us versus doing it themselves. Many restoration companies have found that 1 out of 3 jobs results in a lawsuit by the client. This is very, very common because when you handle people's personal property, and if you've had experience with a moving company, if you move them out of their place, many of those things have never been moved. A sofa that has been sitting there for years, when you move them, all of a sudden things come apart. So a lot of things break, a lot of things get scratched, a lot of things break. So 1 out of 3 jobs results in lawsuits, and a restoration company professional in a fire and water damage industry may find that they have lost all their profit and gained a very bad reputation through no fault of their own, just by simply handling property. We, on the other hand, anticipate all that. So we take extra care in packing, take extra care in inventorying it, photographing it, and we also run a repair division. So many times we have to restore and repair items before we return. So that's really our specialty. We clean, we restore, and we repair items that we collect as part of our inventory process for the restoration. So that's really what we do. And with that, I would like to open up for any questions you might have, but I'm pretty much done. That's a lot of things to go over. So thank you, everybody, for listening. Okay. I don't know whether, Kevin, I took up a lot of my time, but go ahead.
No, you did well. You had 2 minutes left.
Okay, great. Johnny?
Yeah, a couple of things. Thank you for that. Your presentations are always so informative. They're the little things behind the scenes that people don't ever see. And that's pretty cool about the ultrasonic cleaning. I'll be able to share that with people just of interest. Quick question for you. I have a person in my network that does, Joanna, I may have introduced you to him, but he has a warehouse where they store, you know, high-end furniture for projects for designers. And so, you know, a designer like Joanna goes in and does a, you know, $10 million home, and it's a 8-month process. You know, she's buying linens and artwork and tables and couches, and those have to go somewhere. And so my friend, his company would work with someone like Joanna, and they would take in all that furniture, they would protect it, wrap it, like store it in a very highly cared for environment. And then, you know, when Joanna finishes with all the beautiful things that she and the contractors do, this company, they deliver all that stuff, white glove, they set it up, and like, you know, the next day the homeowner wakes up and they have this beautiful home. I'm wondering if they may be a good contact for you, AJ, either maybe some kind of aligned business opportunity or overflow or something. Maybe my guess is they occasionally have issues with maybe something might get mishandled or misheld or arrived bad or something like that. So would that be a good connection for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd appreciate and there's you know, just along the same thought, there are 2 other groups, people who store wine. We cannot handle wine. We can, you know, so we don't, it requires specialized handling. So wine, there are storage companies that handles just wine. Then we have companies that do relocation, corporate relocation. They are specialists in that. So they temporarily store, but their whole business is to be like a concierge to a company's employee that has just recently moved from one state to another and needs everything to settle in properly and can get started on their work. So set up their office, make sure that they have the right equipment, they have the right access, that children have access to schools. So there's another related business to us called relocation. So yeah, there's several businesses that all kind of collaborate. And yeah, so our niche is fire and water damage restoration. And I think it's very, very unprofitable for us to go outside that niche. We have to stay very much within our lane in order to make a profit. We only work on insurance claims. So I love the referral because I actually did have a client that could have used their services. Okay.
Well, I'd like to just give a testimonial here because AJ literally saved a friend of my daughter's, all their stuff. It's a pretty sad story. Some of you heard it earlier when it was happening, but a friend of my daughter's has 2 children and is pregnant with her 3rd. Her husband is deployed in Somalia. He just came back on emergency leave because they're all so sick. They need him. But black mold. There was black mold in the house they were renting, and it's let's just say it's made them all very sick. But she thought she was going to have to throw everything away, including her husband's uniforms, the kids' stuffed animals, their toys. I mean, she was pretty, besides dealing with sick, besides dealing with the fact she has to get out of that house, besides, you know, she had to deal with getting rid of all their stuff, having to get all new stuff, moving. It's a nightmare for the person this happens to. It's a nightmare. And AJ came in, saved the day, honest to God. I called him on a Sunday. He answered, he responded. He had his crew there on Tuesday. And she is so incredibly grateful, and still working through many things, still sick. But, you know, one small piece of her life got hugely better because of AJ and his team. And honest to God, you guys, I can't say enough about it. It was a godsend. And all of us are so grateful. So thank you, AJ, for the work that you do.
Yeah, I think it's amazing when people have a real situation like this, and there's no solution, there's no moving company, there's no, this is really where we get an opportunity to help people, because that level of service is what they really need. They don't need a moving company. They don't need a storage company. They need somebody to do everything from beginning to end, and just be there on their, yeah. Thank you.
Wanted to say, I've been working with AJ for several months now. He's been very good, very much on time. His crew is very methodical on what they do and how they do it, how they pack things. And everything just worked out like, I mean, just perfectly. There's nothing, we haven't had any hitches yet. So I really appreciate what he's doing. Great care, great crew. Everybody there is very friendly, very cooperative, and they're doing the right thing. It's amazing how much detail he goes into. Just from moving stuff around. So in the restoration project, he's got his crew in there, little detailed stuff like a little brush, toothbrush, like taking stuff off to get rid of, you know, smoke damage and stuff. It's amazing how much time they take. CDs, wiping off CDs and DVDs. It's amazing. I mean, that would drive me nuts sitting there doing a little work, you know. He's got people that do that kind of stuff. They do a great job, and it's like perfect when they get there done with it. It's really good. So great company, great idea. And you got to use them if you have some kind of restoration issue, or if you know somebody that has a restoration where they're fixing the walls and all the damage, that water just came up on the couch. We send it over to AJ, and maybe he can take care of that. And smoke damage, boy, put that smoke damage stuff in that room and get rid of the smoke spill. Can you imagine all the clothes you have to throw out with a fire? You don't have to do that anymore. Your furniture, all your stuff can be redone again, restored back to normal again. That's an amazing feat. So anyway, highly recommend AJ and his company.
Thank you, Tom. Okay. All right. So now we are in a fun part of our meeting. I think the most valuable part of our meeting which is the pass the bucket. Kevin, I think we also want Jack to share a little bit about his stuff that he does. So go ahead, Kevin.
All right, let's start with AJ.
Yeah, well, I'm doing something that I should have been doing a long time ago. The most fun part of my business is to be a team player within my company and go out and do business development and sales. I'm really a salesperson at heart, even though my training is in accounting. I actually used to sell, you know, they say sell coals to Newcastle. That's a phrase. I used to sell Southwestern jewelry to the Navajos, who then sold it to the tourists who came from Ohio.
That's hilarious.
To sell souvenir bag. That was my college days. I had a Dodge, you know, like literally just 2-liter engine and fully packed with supplies. And they would tell me to hide when these tourists would drive up after visiting the Grand Canyon, wanting to take something back to remind them of the turquoise and all that stuff that's available from the Navajos. And I'd be in the background there. I just finished supplying them all this stuff. And they would add their own artistic design to it, but the bulk of the work was I was selling. So anyway, I'm doing sales. And the first person that I did not think that I would benefit on referrals was Mark Anderson. Twice I had a chance within a couple of days to refer Mark Anderson. I really hope it will work out, but I know for sure there'll be a lot of referrals coming for each of us, because as I'm going out there sale, I actually can see how I can refer Joanna. You know, when would it be appropriate to refer Joanna? When would it be appropriate to refer Mark? When would it be appropriate to refer Johnny for the electrical work, and just on and on and on. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going out and I'm on the road every day, and I'm loving it. We did hire a salesperson. Some of you met him. His name is Jeremy, but he's a contractor primarily. So he's helping me with the technical stuff that I felt I wasn't very comfortable with. but together we're going out and yep. So that's my pass the bucket thing is I finally was able to refer somebody to Mark and hope it works out. Go ahead. Yeah.
Next we'll have Benjamin.
All right. So this last week I had a coffee break with Tom Wynn, got to learn more about his business and kind of how the solar world works. I think as Tom is ramping up to working with kind of ADUs, I think there's lots of synergistic opportunities amongst the various BTN members. So if any of you haven't had the opportunity to have a coffee break with Tom, I definitely recommend reaching out to him and setting something up. Also met with Kristen, and she and I are just meeting on a semi-regular basis, just discussing some things. So that's always a pleasure as well.
All right, Rick.
Let me give a thanks out to Johnny for the referral for the New Vista School. Got a contact, or gonna go out and do an inspection, a roof evaluation for that. So thank you very much, Johnny, for that. Appreciate it. And of course, I'm working with Pierre Charles Construction, doing a couple jobs with him. And same thing with Raphael, that's part of that group over there. So great networking group. Great to learn more about your businesses when I can do a coffee break with some of the newbies. So look forward to speaking to you on an individual basis. Thank you very much.
Next we'll have Kristen.
All right, so I've had coffee breaks with Phil Hove, I believe, from the he's in the Lagoon
Yeah, he's part of our chapter.
Yeah. Wonderful guy, really great. I also, like Ben has been mentioning, meeting with him, referred him, I guess, to my brother, but right now my brother and I seem to be one when it comes to finances. So thanks, Ben, for helping us out with everything. And excited to have Jack here. The more I talk about BTN and how everyone's helped me, the more I think people are interested in this group. So thanks so much, everyone.
Next I have Marcus.
Yeah, this past week I had a coffee break with Kristen, got to know her better and her business. Very interesting. And also I got to talk to somebody that I knew that was referred to me by another gentleman who needed a job. So I referred him to none other than Johnny Bryant. He's starting on August 2nd, and I'm proud to say that that was a great referral because I know this gentleman, and he just knocked me off the walls because of his faith in himself and how he has high spirits despite, all the issues that he's going through. But other than that, that's all I got.
Kevin, can I forgot one very important thing. A testimonial for Marcus. I wanted to make some changes from Aflac, and I've been very negligent because I've been out selling, so I just haven't had time. And right from my car, I called and a live operator. I mean, it's a huge company, and a live operator comes in and she listens to everything that I want changed, and she says, don't worry about the time. Don't worry about. I'm going to sit with you until you finish making the changes. And then she guided me on the phone, and I was able to open their website, make all the changes. Then she waited until it was confirmed. I've never had that experience. So they really, really care about their clients. So thank you, Marcus. You represent a great company.
All right, next we'll have Tom.
Oh, the only one left.
Yeah, and the one had to leave.
I actually had a coffee break with Phil too, finding out what's going on with him. It's been a long time no see, and had a nice conversation, kind of a hello, goodbye kind of a thing with him. For me, leaving for Texas. Anyway, I had a referral for Johnny. As usual, he came over in time before we actually left and did some repair work we had to do on our house here before we rented it out, and came up with a good solution. It took about an hour to do, and everything got taken care of as usual. Johnny on time. Did a great job. So anyway, I will see you guys next time, probably late September or August, when we get done with the move over there. I'll be coming to you from the great state of Texas next time I talk to you guys.
All right, Mark.
Had a coffee break with AJ in the store. Got to show him around. And I've been working with Phil also on a project, but him and I had a couple coffee breaks also. So that's what I have going on, working with Phil and AJ.
Joanna.
Hi, well, it must be Phil week because I also talked to Phil. So like if you haven't talked to Phil, you're just missing it. And I also had a coffee break with Paul McKelvey. By the way, he is much better. He had COVID.
Yeah, how's he doing? I remember you mentioned that.
He was actually at the job site yesterday. He is free to come back. He's clear. His wife has had a harder time of it, but she is also getting better. So they were both vaccinated. So that helped actually a lot, but nevertheless, they were both very sick. So, but the concern is over. They're better. So he's good to go again.
Okay. Next, Johnny.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Pretty big list today. I too have had a coffee break with Phil, so at least I'm in the circle of love there. Let's see. I'd like to thank Tom for a referral for $350. Thank you, Tom. Glad we were able to help you out. And your cowboy hat looks amazing. You should, whether you move to Texas or not, you need to adopt that. That's a good look for you, bud. Coffee breaks with Pierre, Paul, Raphael, and Phil. I wanted to say thank you for Marcus for the referral, and thank you to BTN at large. You know, oftentimes the help that we give each other is not directly related to the work that we do. And you know, Joanna has helped me in things that have nothing to do with design. AJ has helped me, and now Marcus. And you know, we've hired what we believe is, you know, about as good as you can tell in an interview. This guy matches our positivity, our character. He just seems like a really good quality hire. And so thank you, Marcus, for keeping us in mind. He does start in a couple of weeks, and we're excited to have him join the team. Kristen, I'm working on a big referral for you. It's one of those that I just don't want to introduce you to the guy via an email. I want to have coffee with him, talk about it. He does really big projects in LA, and I think you might be a good resource for him. Rick, keep me posted on New Vista School. I have a really good relationship with those folks. We've done a lot of work for them, and I think if you can get in there and do a good job for them, that'll be the referral that keeps on giving. And then Mark, I got a call from you, bud. I've had the office call you a couple of times, unable to get a hold of you, but if there's something you need for us, let me know. Cool. Thank you all. Have a great week. Good meeting.
All right. And let's have our visitor, Jack. What do you think of our meeting?
Well, it was a great meeting. You know, I've been in a number of different groups. This would be number 3 for me that I'm sitting in now. I really appreciate Kristen recommending y'all to me. I love being in a group where it's more of a synergy. You know, we all are kind of in the same industry. So, you know, I've been in groups where you got like the pool guy, and it's like, well, you know, I wish I could send you work, but not many people are walking in my office looking for somebody to clean their pool. So being in this kind of work, I'm hearing, you know, stuff that I can take care of for everybody in here and things that I can refer out very easily. And it's exciting to be involved with you all. And I hope to share a lot of knowledge, because that's one of my favorite things to do, is to give away my information. So,
okay, Lindsay, what do you think of our group?
Hi, yeah, that was really lovely. This is the first networking group that I've ever been to. Paul does it once a week, I guess with another chapter, but
yeah,
it was really nice hearing what everyone does, and I would like to come back and get to know everybody more. It seems like really supportive and a great environment for everybody, so thank you.
Okay. And Mark is our visitor foreman. So Mark, why don't you reach out to them to get their information so we can give them an application to look over?
Yeah, if you can put it on the chat or something like that, your email or whatever, and I can send you that.
Okay. Yeah. And I'll go last. I was at the Tuesday meeting, and we were discussing about, you know, obviously we like to meet in person again, and we thought meeting at the meeting at 2145 Pizza was a real success, and we're thinking about doing it again on, I think, August 12th. So we're contemplating on that. So I think Aaron Burke will be leading that.
Nice. And Joanna, were you going to give us an update as soon as you know about the board?
Yeah, so, okay, so because Paul got sick,
Right.
we did not have a board meeting.
Right.
Okay.
So it's either going to happen next week or the week after, and we'll deal with how we get back to meeting in person. If we're going to get back to meeting in person, and if we do, how the logistics are going to work and how we integrate Zoom with in person. So all those issues have to be addressed. It is an open board meeting. All members are welcome. And Paul will send the invite as soon as he knows when it's going to be. But
Okay.
he was out of commission. He's back at work. He's playing catch up. So it's like I suspect it'll be 2 weeks before we have another meeting. So hang in there, be patient, please. And we'll get to it as soon as we can.
Okay.
There was something else I wanted to say, but I forget. Sorry, I'm a little off today. AJ, I know I wanted to tell you, I sent your name to 12 different designers.
Oh yeah, thank you.
I told them the story about you. We had a meeting, so I've sent them your info. So you may be contacted by any number of gals.
Well, it's kind of weird that, really good that things happens in pairs. So now I'm actually going to Palmdale after this meeting. It's the exact same situation.
No kidding.
So, yeah. So I'm going to Palmdale for, and it's all the mold and water mitigation that nobody, it takes 72 hours or so, but apparently the property manager called and they said, we need to come and deal with that. So that's what I'm going. Their agent recommended us. So, yep.
That's good.
Yeah. So and then the flooring thing happened in pairs also. I finally found a chance to be at the job site with the contractor because I was trying to connect with build relationship with the existing contractors that we have that refer our business. So as part of the sales effort, I'm meeting with them. And the first time I was at the job site in the very beginning, very start of it, and I was able to position Mark to the homeowner. Normally it's too late and things go sideways or whatever, and never get a chance to refer him. And then I come back and after a job in Orange County, I'm like hanging out for dinner. And the next thing I know, the couple I'm with, old friends, say they need a wood flooring replaced and all that. So things happen in pairs sometimes. It's so I referred that to Mark. Hopefully they both work out. I know for sure I'm going to have a lot more referral for Mark. That's the easiest thing for me to refer.
Right.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You know what, may I say, would anyone who did not put their information in the chat, will you please do so? The chat's at the bottom. If you scroll down to the bottom of your screen and just click on the chat button. And then at the end of the meeting, everybody can save their information, and then we'll all have each other's contact info. So if you haven't put it in there, please do that.
Yeah, and there's a save function. The 3 dots next to the word file allows you to save it on your computer. So you can have a nice text file in its own directory with everybody's information. Kristen, I know you have to leave soon, but can you save the chat, because I put all the speakers. Joanna is the next one. So we're pretty much done for July, and then we can start again. Yeah. If you like, I can give you what Joanna did for me. She kind of put the speakers list. Go ahead, Joanna.
I think Tom Nguyen's are next week. Okay,
yeah, all right. I didn't change it.
I'll be prepared just in case.
Right.
But I think we need to hear from our newest member first.
Okay, thank you, Joanna. Yeah. Okay, so please save the chat. It has all the links, it has all these information that is useful to everybody. Please use the coffee break or save the link somewhere conveniently so that you can keep it up to date. It's really encouraging when we can see the numbers, and Benjamin can put together these beautiful charts. Okay, I think we can end early since we don't have any other announcements. It's 8:06. Is all good? All right.
Good.
All right. Take
I
care.
won't be here next week. I'm out of town.
Okay. I just want to mention one of the things which, so Jack, you know, and Kristen, we save these videos. We archive them on a cloud-based project management site called Basecamp, and you have access to it as a member. And then later on, working with Tom, you can actually extract testimonials or conversations that you would like highlight on your website. Tom knows how to handle all of those videos. And he does production. He does editing, he does production. He doesn't just do shoot pictures. He does everything. The full package from A through Z, adding music, voiceovers, special effects. So in Tom, you have an incredible resource. Turn that into a video on your website.
Thank you. The CEO, Chief Everything Officer.
That's right. and he keeps you entertained. Thank you. All right. Okay, guys.
All right. Have a good week.
All right.
Good week.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you in a month.
Mhm.